Hello, folks. Welcome to your review for your quest on properties for triangles. I've already well written the solution, so this is a shorter version of a video I made earlier that crashed. So forgive me for not starting over. If you have any particular questions about any of the questions I do, send me an email and I'll make a fresh video. But for now, let's just go over it as all my solutions are well written. Here we're given midpoints, so we know we have a median. And once we have that, we know that the median will be parallel to its base. So we can write Ji is parallel to MP. You can also pause the video at any time. Here our theorem states if we have medians, so we have midpoints, so we can create our median. So our median is going to be half the base. Here we'll use arithmetic and just divide 28 in half, or divide 28 by 2, I should say, also, and that is equal to 14. This one involves the algebra a little bit. You have to read the sentence to understand. You have to say the sentence before you write it. We know the median is half the base. So here, what we have is I took the median, and the median, here, let me do it this way. The median here is half of the base. So that's the statement you have to get. Some key words is the word is, that means equals to, okay? 1/2 of, if you see the word of, you're thinking of multiplying. And remember, parentheses are your friend, so we could use those right there too. I want to get rid of fractions, so I multiply both sides by 2. I'm an expert with parentheses, use them thoroughly. Distributing on the left, I get 6x plus 164. 2 times 1/2 is our identity. That gives 1. 1 times anything is itself, so we just write x plus 54. Bringing our x's to the left and our constants to the right, and dividing, we get x is equal to negative 22. Okay, so some good algebra skill, and the ability to write a statement is key for tomorrow. This one was similar, so I left that to you. Okay, number 10, we have angle bisectors, okay? And these angle bisectors cut angles in half, okay? And they cut them into equal parts. They bisect them. So here we're told the whole thing is 40, and the measure of angle 2 is just one of the angles that we cut in half. So we'll take 40 divided by 2 and get the measure of angle 2 is equal to 20 degrees. Here they involve our algebra, but again, once we have our angle bisector, we know that the angle that was bisected was cut in half, so those parts are equal. So we can just say the measure of angle 1, which I wrote on the right side for good algebra, is equal to the measure of angle 2, and just used algebra and got 5. Okay, that one was similar. I left that to you. Down here, okay, we have our bisectors intersecting. Okay, so they intersect at the centroid here, and at that point, we're curious is how far apart is the center from each of the sides, and wherever the angle bisectors intersect, here comes this, it doesn't line up perfectly with the angle bisector, those perpendiculars, but it is an angle bisector nonetheless. And all of those perpendicular are equidistant from the base. So the distance, that's what this right angle and this line is the distance from the center to the base of each triangle. So given PE, or looking for PE, excuse me, is the same thing as looking for PF. And when they give us AF is 2 and a hypotenuse here of 3, we can use Pythagorean's theorem to get the PF, which is equal to our PE of root 5. It's more difficult to say than it is to do. Okay, let's move on here. Okay, again, we have medians. Cutting it in half, All right, so we just have to multiply one of these parts by 2 to get 46. Down here, we know we have median, so each of these parts are equal, so we just set them equal to each other and solve. Number 22 is similar to the one before. I just reminded students to be aware of the asking, given the longer one and a shorter one, find x. That's always a good one. So look in your notes for that one. And then down here was the more difficult problem on the quest tomorrow. A lot of these problems involve these formulas that you see up here. And in class, we did derive this third formula down here, but I'll stress this tomorrow as well. Okay, so that's a good one to know. It relates of the two parts, the shorter of the longer part is half of the other part. So this guy here will be twice as much as this guy here. So we can prove that. I think we proved it in class. I just want to make sure everybody wrote down that formula, because we have a relationship between the long part, okay, and each of these smaller parts, the smaller of the small parts, which would be right here, I think. Okay, let me erase that. Would be right here. And then we also relate the longer part to that, and also this part here. And we relate that with, let's see, so CZ, this is the green one, okay, that relates the longer part. We have to take 2/3 of the longer part to get it equal to CZ. And we also have to take 1/3 of the longer part to get it equal to ZW. This theorem down here, okay, this one down here, this statement I should say, relates the two middle parts, like I said before, and we have CZ being twice as big as ZW. So we have to multiply ZW by 2 to get it to be equal to CZ. Once we understand that, and they give us CZ, we just have to basically divide it by 2 to get 4. Okay, and then here they start introducing the algebra with it. So I have TW, which is 3x minus 45. I need to multiply that by 2 to get it equal to the other part, which is 4x minus 30. Some simple algebra there to solve that. But again, here, let me just show you again. So we would have to do what? We'd have to multiply TW. I don't want to do it backwards. So we'd have to multiply whatever TW is by 2. You could do it this way too. 3x minus 45 for it to be equal to MT, which is 4x minus 30. They just kind of did a little flip around here for this step down here. It's the same statement. Okay, and then this was the doozy, another doozy. So you have two of them on here, I think, that have some serious algebra going on. And what happens here is the relationship between JX and PX is that PX is the shorter of the parts, and he's 1/3 of the longer part. So JX is the longer part with that algebraic statement. So I multiply that by 1/3, and that will equal the smaller of the smaller parts, 7 over 5x minus 15. I multiplied that 3 times that 5. I got my 15 here. And then I came in with the parentheses. Here, and then I found the LCD, which was 15. Multiplying on the left side with all those beautiful parentheses there, the 15s cancel, so I'm left with 10x minus 27. And the trick over here is just to see you distribute to both the 7 over 5x and the 15. Notice that, you know, this is really the star of the game right here. If you can get this number, first you just have to divide 15 by 5 to get 3, and then 3 times 7 is 21. Okay, and then also 15 times 15, nothing to go on there. And then after that, it's just some basic algebra. Of course, be careful. they want you to find the length of jx, so you have to plug them back in, and it's even worse, it was a decimal. So pretty tough question here. I would expect at least one of these tomorrow. Okay, here's your centroid theorem. Just add up all the x's, divide by 3, add up all the y's. No big deal there. Here, what did we do? We, again, just added up all the x's, added up all the y's. Okay, though, so that we have a triangle angle theorem that states two sides of any triangle will be greater than its third. So we check all three. All three worked out. No problem. Down here, we want to find the range. So we add, and then we subtract the larger from the smaller. In this case, 11 and 11 were the same, so you got 0. But over here, we should be careful here, like for this one, you can do 16 plus 8 to get 24, but you better do 16 minus 8 to get 8. Do not do 8 minus 16 equals to negative 8. That's not right. So don't do that one. Okay, and don't forget your nice statement here. Don't forget to write your nice statement. Okay, down here you just have to know how to look across from the angle. So the angle, what's across from it is the 7. Who's across from the 14? The angle U is. So U is the larger one, and then V is the smaller one. No big deal there. Here again, just going from smallest to largest. So who's across from 7? It's C. Who's across from 12? It's D. Who's across from 15? It's E. We also have order them in size. So again, go from the largest, which is 70. So this is the side here, which is LK, and then the smallest, which is 48. So who's across from him is the KJ, excuse me. And I think that's the party. Yeah, I did a whole video, but then the video crashed. So if there's any particular question you want me to do, I hope this is sufficient. Good luck tomorrow. I'm usually in pretty early. I'll give you a couple minutes to get warmed up, and good luck on your quest tomorrow.